Hello everyone, this is Waywolf here. Hope everyone's doing okay out there, and welcome to my Yakuza tier list. Now keep in mind, these are only the main titles in the Yakuza series. These are not all the games, because I actually haven't played some of the side games, but I have played all of the mainline games, and I just recently completed Yakuza Like of the Dragon. So, let's get to it, and let's rank these Yakuza games starting from 0. So Yakuza 0 is actually, I believe, in a way saved the Yakuza series, because if it wasn't for this game, I'm not sure we would receive remaining Yakuza games here in the West. I believe this series made it mainstream, and a lot of my friends really started getting the Yakuza series with this game. And this game had an incredible story. It had the 80s theme going for it, which was really done well in this game. The fighting style your characters were given like three styles of fighting, with the secret fourth one. The music was incredible, and I loved how that you used money to enhance your skills. So this game just clicked all the boxes for me. Sure, it's some parts a little dated now, but overall, I mean, it's just an incredible Yakuza game. It's definitely one of the best. Alright, so let's go on to Yakuza Kiwami. You know, this game is actually a remake of the very first game that came out on the PS2 years ago. I actually never played the original, so I can't really compare the two. But I can rate this game, and this game, while it's really good, I don't think it reaches the heights of Yakuza 0. So I'm debating where to put this. The story was good, but it wasn't good as Zero's story. And it just felt like it was missing something compared to 0. It was, like I said, it was very good, but I think I missed the 80s theme and the story that 0 had. It was just done right. But I did love the first one, so I'm gonna give this. I'm debating. Actually, I know I'm gonna give this an A, because I really did like it. All right, so now we get into Yakuza 2. This game was done on a new engine, so the game has held up very well. I didn't like the fighting style as much, but you know, the main protagonist Kiryu, who's pretty much in all these games except one, is as the main protagonist. I don't know, the fighting style. I think the fighting style took a back seat in this one. Compared to the first and 0, where you had multiple fighting styles, it just seems like it took a back seat to me. But I love the graphical update, and I did love the story better than the first one. So I would probably put it right behind Yakuza Kiwami. These two are just very similar to each other, so they're right next to each other. Alright, so Yakuza 3. This one was an odd duck, because to me, this felt like a kind of like a side quest game in regards to the story. I mean, it did have some main themes to it, but the story itself, I don't know, it just didn't really grab me like the others did. It just felt like a really good side story, but I don't know, there were so many things that just felt a little off. But I did love Okinawa and the orphanage. I thought that was nice. I don't know. I don't remember a whole much about this game, honestly. It's just one of those things there's so many things that are forgettable to me. But it's not a bad game by any means. So I'm gonna give this a B. All right, so Yakuza 4. Now this game had multiple protagonists. It had 4 protagonists, and that was a little. I liked it because you had multiple fighting styles in that regard, playing different people. So I loved that, and the story was really good. However, there was one protagonist I really did not like. I can't even remember his name now because he was not that memorable. But he was the cop. I just cannot remember his name. But I did not like him. But the other 3 protagonists I did love. But I just missed Kiro being the main focus point, you know, and it took away from that. because I was so used to having Kiro as one of the main protagonists, but having 4 of them, it just separates more time from him. But I think I like it better than 3. But yeah, I do like it better than 3, so I'm gonna put it right here, right in front of the 3rd one. Overall, a pretty good game, and I think it definitely had a better story than the 3rd one, and it didn't feel like a sideline like the 3rd one did. Alright, now Yakuza 5. Now this is the one they were going overboard, but I actually really dug this game because you had 5 protagonists. I thought that was a little overboard, but once you got to playing it, I actually really dig it. I actually liked every single protagonist. And then you visit multiple cities, which was really great. You visit like 5, I believe it was 5 cities, but you visit multiple cities, and there's even a city happening during Christmas time, and I just loved it, and the story was really engaging as well. And I especially loved the ending, even though there's even though it kind of sets up for sequel bait for the ending, I did love how it left off, because it made me want to play the 6th one immediately. So this one, I have to give this one. I would give this an A. I really dig this one. And I did love the fighting style, so I would give this an A. It's probably, yeah, it's right behind Kiwami 2. Alright, so Yakuza 6. Now this was the final game that the main protagonist Kiro was the main character and playable character. And I really enjoyed this. The setting of the game. I loved how for the most part, I loved how Kiro's stories end. However, I wish the ending was done better. I understand why they went with that ending they did, but at the same time, it just felt little. It was missing. It was missing that element. Missing something. But I really dig this. It was a great story. I would give this an S. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, so there you go. Like I said, the only complaint I really have with it is, while the ending was not bad, it just wasn't. I felt like it definitely could have been done better. All right, now we go into Yakuza Like a Dragon, the latest in the series. This one, I absolutely loved. The main protagonist, I think, is one of my favorites. Actually, in my opinion, he might be a little better than Kiro, because Kiro was such a badass, but he was felt like monotone some of the time. So that's when he's angry. But this guy, the main character of this, Like a Dragon, he's not only funny, but he's memorable, and I really love the system they went to, the fighting system they went for the turn-based. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I actually didn't. It was actually very fun. However, there was two problems I had with the fighting system. One is it felt really slow at times compared to the other games in the series. Like in other games in the series, you just went right into battle and you just fought your enemies like that, and it felt really fast. But this game, it takes its time, so you need patience for this game. But I did love the classes. The classes were incredible and fun to use. But the camera angle when you're fighting is also another problem. It became wonky at times. I was seeing sometimes through my character's body, or seeing through buildings, or I couldn't see at certain points at times. But yeah, that was overall, though, the fight system was great except for those two making factors. I did have another issue, was the dungeon design. The dungeon design was really lacking and it went on way too long. When you feel like you were just going to be done with that dungeon, it just went on longer and longer, and it felt like just endless corridors, and there wasn't really much great design to them. They felt lacking. They were so lacking in the dungeon design. Felt so generic. So that was another issue. But overall, I loved all the characters. Loved the ending. So I would give this, honestly, I would give this an S. These would be my 3 favorite ones. Yakuza 0 is definitely my favorite one in the series by far. It did everything right. I just love the 80s theme. Then Yakuza 6, like I said, not as good as 0, but gave a good conclusion to Kiryu's story. And then Like a Dragon, yeah, it was so different, but in a very good way. And we needed that change up because we needed a big change up because you feel like you were playing the same game over and over again in a way. But overall, I really enjoyed Like a Dragon. I didn't expect I would enjoy it as much, but I really did. And that is it. That would be my Yakuza series list. I still want to play Judgment. I heard it was really good, but I have not got to play Judgment yet. But overall, this is my Yakuza tier list. And just for case in point, I know it's not on here, but if Dead Souls was on here, it would go in the D territory. I did not like that game at all. I tried to play it, I tried to get into it. It just wasn't working for me. So I can see the appeal, but it just wasn't working at all. So anyway, that is it. That's my Yakuza tier list for the main games. So anyway, have a great night and take care. This is Waywolf signing off.